We have breaking news, as it was just reported a few minutes ago from Adrian Wojnarowski that Dereck Lively's test came back okay, but the injury is still very real. We saw last night in Game 3 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. He went down with a nasty head injury after Karl Anthony Towns kneed him in the back of his head, and he had to leave the game. He could barely walk on his own. He had to be assisted. But like I said, we have a report from Adrian Wojnarowski that his test came back okay. However, the injury is still very real, and his availability for Game 4 is still in question. But we're going to break all that down and see what that really means for the Dallas Mavericks and how we can adjust moving forward, as well as take a deeper dive into Game 3 and just highlight how Luca and Kyrie continue to be the best backcourt duo currently in the NBA. But how's it going, everybody? My name is Marcel Martin. This is Mavericks Digest, bringing you the latest news on everything Mavericks related. And before we start with today's video, I just want to say thank you guys so much for subscribing. We smashed our goal of 9K subs. However, we are on the road to 10K. If you want to stay up to date on everything Mavericks related, the live streams, the news vids, even our giveaways, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on a single thing that we do. But we reported last night that Dereck Lively left Game 3 with a nasty head injury. He was dealing with a lot of physicality all playoff series. Karl Anthony Towns, the league's greatest, big man shooter of all time? Yeah, sure, okay. Is that why he's shooting like 13% from 3 this series? Ridiculous. But we saw in Game 3 that Dereck Lively was just being very active, just grabbing boards, going up for lobs, just being a complete monster on the defensive end and the offensive end. And we also saw Karl Anthony Towns take a few cheap shots at Dereck Lively, one to the groin when going up for a shot, and then when Dereck Lively was trying to go for a rebound, but he fell, we saw Karl Anthony Towns come up behind him, also trying to go for a rebound, but his knee hit Dereck Lively in the back of his head. He went down for a while. He wasn't getting up. He had to be helped off the floor. A lot of people, like I said in my last video, a lot of people thought that he had a concussion, but it was later reported that he had a neck sprain. We had to go the rest of last night's game without Dereck Lively. Daniel Gafford had to step up. Dwight Powell also got some minutes, and even though he really didn't do too much, it was still helpful. I feel like it wasn't really a plus, it wasn't a minus, but it was just good enough for us to get the job done. Luca and Kyrie, like I said in the intro, they had just an amazing game. They were able to seal the deal, and that's the beauty of this Dallas Mavericks team, that no matter what happens, next man up mentality. This team is built to win, they're built to fight, and they don't give up. But in regards to Dereck Lively, we do have a report that the test returned okay on Dereck Lively II's neck, but his availability for Game 4 remains unclear, sources tell ESPN. Tim McMahon also said that the Mavs rookie center Dereck Lively II left the arena to get a scan to evaluate the severity of his sprained neck. Sources told McMahon and me. Lively is not in the NBA's concussion protocol at this point, and that second part is very important because a lot of people thought it was a concussion. I myself included. I saw the way that he was looking around. He looked very dazed. He couldn't really open his eyes. And normally when you have a concussion, you're very sensitive to light. So that's what we all thought. And with the NBA concussion protocols, it's kind of vague. You have to pass a series of tests. You have to see a physician. You have got to go through a lot of hoops just to return to play. But a neck sprain, I'm not really sure which one's better. I mean, of course, we want Dereck Lively back. He's just been huge for the Dallas Mavericks. He has been our X factor. He's been one of our best players, arguably our third best and most consistent player for this entire playoff series. In round 1 against Zubats, he did very well. In round 2 against Chet Holmgren and the entire Oklahoma City Thunder, he played very well. And even the current round against the Minnesota Timberwolves, he's been playing amazing. Has the second highest plus minus of any rookie in a playoff run. Dereck Lively is very integral, but it's bigger than basketball. We actually care about Dereck Lively's health. He's been through a whole lot this entire year, this entire season with injuries. He had that mask on for a while, this nasal fracture. He went down with a weird knee injury at the end of the season. He lost his mother. The rookie has been through a lot, and I'm not too sure if he can even go through anymore. I mean, I'm pretty sure he can go through more, but I hope he doesn't have to. Dereck Lively is he's a very tough player. It's going to take a lot to keep this guy down. But like I said, it's bigger than basketball. I just hope for the sake of his own health that he's okay. But I also tweeted last night that my sources tell me Dereck Lively is fine. Now, I can't reveal my sources, but what I meant by this tweet was not that the injury isn't real. The injury is very much real. He did get hurt. We all saw it. But from what I'm being told, there's not a lot of panic coming from the inside of the Mavericks organization. They're taking it day by day right now, but they're very positive that he won't be gone for long. He may have to miss Game 4, maybe even Game 5, if it even goes that far. But if that's the case, that's fine. If we can win Game 4 without Dereck Lively, let's do that. Let's give him as much time to rest as possible. He is a rookie. He is only 20 years old. Rookies tend to break easily, so we don't want to push Dereck Lively. We don't want to risk injury because we're only one win away from the NBA Finals, and Dereck Lively will be just monumental and huge because I don't think there's a single player on the Boston Celtics who will probably match up with that can actually stop Dereck Lively. They can try all they want. I haven't seen a team yet in the playoffs that has an answer for Dereck Lively. He is a machine. He's unstoppable. He's been great. But we got to take it day by day. Hopefully, there's another report later today because we do have game 4 tomorrow. We will have to play Daniel Gafford heavy minutes. We will have to play Dwight Powell for a few minutes. We currently don't have any news on whether or not Maxi Kleber will return. With this injury to Dereck Lively, I'm sure that there's talks on whether or not we can bring Maxi in sooner just for a few minutes to help out Daniel Gafford get some rest. But if we can win game 4 without Maxi Kleber, without Dereck Lively, that'll be huge for us. We'll have a full week for the entire team to rest, including Luka Doncic, who's been dealing with all types of injuries this playoffs. It'll be huge to give everybody a rest because we'll need everybody 100% if we're going to make that push to the finals, which I truly do believe that we will make. But like I said in the intro, we also got to take a deeper dive into Luka and Kyrie because they have just been unstoppable this entire playoffs. But in the third round against the Minnesota Timberwolves specifically, they have just put on a masterclass performance. For every round leading up to the third round, we've seen either Luka Doncic going off or maybe Kyrie goes off. And we really haven't seen any double 30-point games until the Minnesota Timberwolves series where we've seen them both just go off just for 30 points. I think it was like every game so far, at least games 2 and 3. But let's take a closer look. First of all, the best record by any player in NBA history, Kyrie Irving, 14-0 in clinching opportunities in his NBA career. Kyrie Irving is a master. He is a professional. He is not new to this. He's true to this. If he is currently 14-0 in closing out games, I'm confident. I am so confident that we can win game 4 regardless of the injuries, regardless of everything going on. In Kyrie, we trust. And if I believe, you should believe. And if you don't believe, you probably shouldn't be here. But like I said, Luka Doncic and Kyrie Irving have each scored 30-plus points in the same game 3 times, or same 3 games times in the playoffs. That's the second most by a duo in their first postseason together in NBA history. This playoff series feels like it's just been history in the making, just breaking the records, just breaking the mold. The team has just transformed themselves over the entirety of the season, and they continue to transform themselves. Luka and Kyrie are showing that they are what they say they are, the best backdoor duo in NBA history. I mean, they're putting on a performance that you only expect from a championship-bound team, and this team is bound for the NBA championships. Luka Doncic has done a lot of maturing. He's done a lot of growing playing next to Kyrie, and Kyrie himself has been able to just elevate his game. I mean, I think he's our second oldest player on the team at 32. I could be wrong. I'm not sure if Markieff Morris is older, but Kyrie Irving being one of the older vets on our team, it looks like he's getting younger playing with Luka, playing with Josh Green, with Derrick Jones Jr., Dereck Lively, Daniel Gafford, all of the guys, right? Like, Kyrie Irving is turning back the clock. He's doing just unheard things at this age, as well as being the only real veteran in the entire league who's won a championship, who's still in the running for another championship. Kyrie Irving deserves his flowers and more. So does Luka Doncic, because these guys are putting on a performance that when we win the finals, because I know we'll win the finals, that documentary will hit like crack in the 80s, and I'm all here for it. But another thing that we have to look at right here, Luka says he leans on Kyrie's experience in the postseason, saying Luka shared to him with a few minutes left in the game, saying, "I'm tired." And Kyrie responded, "You're supposed to be." And that's beauty right there. Luka Doncic is giving his all. Of course, he's got injuries, so he really doesn't have maybe all the stamina. He doesn't have all the movement that he normally does. And he's admitting to Kyrie, like, "Yeah, I'm tired." But Kyrie's like, "Bro, I've been here before. You're supposed to be tired." That's when you know you're giving it your all. That's when you know that you're leaving nothing on the hardwood, that you're putting in all the work, all the necessary things that need to happen. This team, like I said, we're built to win now. But let's hope for Dereck Lively's return. Let's hope for just his health. Like I said, it's bigger than basketball. We'd love to see him back, but I'd much rather see Dereck Lively healthy than just rush back to try to win a few games that could potentially just cause bigger problems. But that's what I got for you guys today. Thank you for making this far to the video. Check out our Twitter and Discord. Links in the description below. Consider becoming a channel member. We are doing a triple jersey giveaway where 3 lucky channel members will receive a free jersey. But until next time, y'all take care. Peace.